Hello Capricorn, welcome to this reading. We're going to be taking a look at the energies and predictions for the sign of Capricorn for the month of November. Now, do keep in mind that this is a general reading, so take the messages as they resonate, drop the ones that do not, and feel free to check out your sun, moon, and rising signs. All right, Capricorn, let's go ahead and see what we have here for you as we take a look at this brand new month of November 2025. Do hope the month of October was good for you, and I hope that November is even better. All right, so this is a month of retrogrades. We do have a Mercury retrograde on the 9th of the month, which it will be there for basically the majority of the month. And then we also have a Jupiter retrograde as well on the 11th. But nothing we can't handle, Capricorn. We have them every year. So with that said, let's go ahead and get all the cards out, get everything set up and in view, and then we'll get right into it for you. And this is the Capricorn reading. I do apologize if I messed up the sign, but this is the Capricorn reading. All right. Let's go ahead and adjust this. I think we're looking just about good enough to me. All right. Energy on the bottom. You have the Tower. Okay, Capricorn, you may be in for a surprise this month. Definitely not time to panic. The Tower, there are some benefits to the Tower, which is like you may feel like prior to this month you were a bit trapped, in a situation. Like you may felt like there may have literally been a situation where you felt like you could not get out of it, and the Tower releases you from what you were trapped in. This person was at the top of the tower, trapped, unable to get out. Now they're released, right? And so it can kind of be like a clearing. It can be a shakeup in life, and sometimes shakeups and shakeouts are kind of such as life. Like it's kind of an important part of our destiny, of our dharma, so to speak. And the other thing about the Tower is it could expose a false belief for you, right? If there's a false truth or a false belief that you have or that you are living within, the Tower can expose that. And that is genuinely a good thing because nobody wants to live within a false belief, right? So I do see that there is a truth coming forward for you here. I think that this will ultimately end up being a good thing for you, as I do see these swords here that are sticking out to me as I look at the cards. You do have another sword here as well, the Seven of Swords. This could be connected to a person, as you do have the Two of Cups. This could be connected to another area, as you have maybe an offer, an opportunity that wants to show up in the financial areas, maybe the academic or learning areas as well here. But I see that some of you are working very, very hard at this time. Okay, you're working very, very hard here as I look at this, and this is just kind of like something to consider. This isn't going to be a retrograde reading, right? This is a monthly reading, so I'm not going to make it all about the retrograde. But during retrograde times, anything that like starts with an RE is perfect. So rest, okay? Rest, recovery, renew, re-engage, anything with a review, like anything with an RE, it's like perfect energy for that. And I have a feeling that one of the things that could be beneficial for you is rest and renewal during this time, okay? If you can find time to do that, even if it's an extra 20 minutes a day, like it could be really, really beneficial for you here, Capricorn, because I see that you are maybe battling a lot or working a lot here during this time. So let's dive in. In the middle, you do have the Ace of Swords, and the Ace of Swords is a breakthrough in the tarot. Actually, Ace of Swords, Tower, that's a very quick, strong kind of energy to that combination of cards. This is a very positive message when you get the Ace of Swords. I like that it's in the middle. The Ace of Swords can say that there's a victory here. The clouds are clearing, keyword clearing, for you with the Tower and the Ace of Swords, making way for some sort of victory. Victory or success for you in this month may come in an unusual or unlikely way, as there is a bit of a curveball here. The universe is throwing you a bit of a curveball here with the Tower. Right? So it may come in a way that you are not expecting or that is unlikely for you, okay? And sometimes I like to associate swords with truth as well. in the tarot. I sometimes like to think that this Ace of Swords is a sword of truth, so to speak. And, any sort of falsehood in this case may be cleared for you or exposed and brought out for you. That could certainly happen under this type of energy with the Tower and the Ace of Swords, but ultimately there is success here for you. Okay, now in the first column, Capricorn, you have the Strength card, the Page of Swords, and the Five of Wands. All right, so the Strength card is all about bravery, It's all about bravery, having courage to, overcome difficulties or overcome challenges that may be present for you in your life. This person is so strong and so brave that they are taming a lion, right? That is, if you think about that, that is a very hard thing to do. So it can be a real call to courage in your life. I think for you, as you deal with maybe some type of internal conflict that is going on here with the Five of Wands, this lower row is usually internal, or what is below the surface here. And the upper row is your thoughts, your mindset. Middle row is your day-to-day. And some of you here, I think, I'm going to say this, that I feel some of you may feel like you were betrayed in a certain way. We're going to get into that some more as we go along, but this may be creating a conflict either within or quite literally on the outside world, right? With someone here. There may be a conflict with someone here, and the way in which you handle it is going to be important, and it's going to take bravery to handle that sort of conflict or situation here as you have the Strength card. Now, this may be a simple matter of miscommunication as you have the Page of Swords. This can represent problems in communication sometimes. This is a highly intelligent person. The Page of Swords also represents potential delay. And for that reason, it is, for me, a retrograde card. Many people have been getting this in this series that I've done for November, and I'm not surprised to see that, okay? Now, the other thing, something might just be delayed, but I actually think that there is a simple issue of communication here, and I do think that maybe there might have even been something that caught you by surprise here with the Page of Swords and the Tower, okay? But just know that with the Ace of Swords in the middle, it's kind of influencing the rest of the cards. Genuinely, something seems to be on the upswing for you. So let's get to the middle column here. You have the Four of Cups, the Ace of Swords, and the Page of Pentacles. Okay. Trying to decide how this Four of Cups sits with the rest of this reading. The Four of Cups, it is a card that may talk about like being careful that you're not missing out on opportunities, okay? And this person's sort of resting when they could be acting. And I would say that there's always a time to rest. There are times in life to rest, and there are times in life to act. And what I actually see here for you is if there's an opportunity to approach the conflict head on in this month, it might not be the worst thing, but it's going to take careful sort of language, okay? Like the way in which you approach the conflict is going to be very important. Under the astrology, it could get, like, words could get a little messy, okay? This happens. But I think that there's a simple issue of miscommunication here. And if you do see an opportunity to correct it in some way, this Four of Cups card would say, do not miss out on it. Like, this person is missing out on this gift that the universe is trying to give them. So that's something that I want to kind of throw out for you. But generally, I think people are going to be finding moments of rest in this month, especially as you have, like, the Four of Cups here, which this person is resting, and that's not a bad thing, right? With that, there is the Page of Pentacles. I definitely double pages. I see a lot of communication. Pages are messengers. Messengers communicate in life, and I see double pages here. There's going to be a lot of communication here. A lot of updates. It feels like for you, maybe a lot coming through your inbox. The Page of Pentacles, is usually somebody that can provide you with a financial offer or opportunity. This may come in the form of a promotion. This may come in the form of a raise or even an opportunity to study. Let's say you're not in university though. Let's say you have an opportunity to go to a conference or up level your knowledge in your career. That could also happen here with the Page of Pentacles as well. And this is the academic of the tarot, okay? And so there might be a theme around learning for you here, and I think the kind of learning that you are kind of undergoing here is maybe connected to conflict resolution. However, in life there are times where conflicts can't get resolved, and you kind of have to figure out how to handle this here. I have a sense with that Ace of Swords in the middle and just looking at this reading that you are like, I'm on your team here, Capricorn. Like, I feel like it's well within your right to feel the way that you feel around this. Like, I do think that you are not the one who has done the wrongdoing, okay, so to speak. Like, if I'm reading this correctly. Okay, and let me get into why here in the final column. You have the Seven of Swords, the Ten of Wands, and the Two of Cups. So the Seven of Swords is a betrayal. It can feel like it can be the feeling of being backstabbed, for sure. In the tarot, it may also connect to a number of other things that I don't think really apply right now. In the clarification section, which I'm going to get into in a second, I'll see if there are other messages around that. But I get a sense that you feel betrayed by someone, and I think that you have your right reasons to feel that way, as you have that that Ace of Swords in the middle. Like, I see that you have your right reasons to feel sort of conflicted about how to approach this. And for some, this could be romantic. If you're still watching here, the Two of Cups is the partnership card. It's the biggest card of partnership in the tarot, right? These are kind of like two souls linking up in this lifetime. It's a really good card for romance. And I like this diagonal that's going on, but there is something like, there's a level of mistrust here that some of you are maybe experiencing, and it could mean that there is miscommunication that is taking place. And again, this may be a perfect month for you to sort of approach that head on. With the Ten of Wands, this is the part I was saying at the beginning of the reading where you're working very hard towards something, okay? And despite the curveball that you're maybe experiencing here in this month, you're having to continue to work, which is maybe like making this challenging for you, making this scenario a little bit, even a little bit more challenging here with the Ten of Wands. It's like this idea of carrying the weight of the world on your back, right? So I think some of you have a lot of responsibilities, and with that, you've also been hit with a curveball or a surprise. But I think there's an opportunity here for you to look at this as sort of like a clearing moment with the Ace of Swords and the Tower. And as the clouds clear, the Ace of Swords would suggest that there's a victory available to you, right? So let's get some more details. I'm very curious. You have, we're going to move into the clarifications portion, and we're going to pull some oracle cards for you here. Two just popped out, and then we'll also pull some tarot cards. Okay. Let's see what we have here. Cool. Energy on the bottom. You have Animal Guardian, trust your instincts. This is what I'm saying, that I think you have your right reasons right now. Like, I think, like, I'm on your side in this reading. Usually I'm on the side of the sign I'm reading for, but certainly in this case, like, I understand, I can kind of, like, even though I don't exactly know the scenario, right? I'm trying my best to read it, but I kind of understand where you're coming from here, just looking at the cards and just looking at the energy on the board. So let's take a look at these three cards. You have Moon, take note of intuitive messages. Yeah, once again. Lady, enjoy growth and reap reward. And Shield Maiden, make plans and focus. Okay. And this is a classic example of two things being true at the same time. On one hand, you are absolutely experiencing a success or growth in life, which is very clear and evident through the Ace of Swords, the Strength card, and the Page of Pentacles. And on the other hand, you've been hit with a surprising situation, a curveball. Okay, like, these two things are happening at the same time for you. You have autumn, release, the old, and rest. There are two more RE words, release and rest. You have guardian angel, you are not alone, and druid, hold the space. Okay, hold the space. Again, like during retros, anything with RE, release and rest, these are going to be topics for everyone during this month. And I think any opportunity for you to do that, to engage in that, could be really helpful. Holding the space is very powerful when you're trying to square up miscommunications or clean up miscommunications. Holding space for the other person to hear, or for you to, so the other person knows that you are hearing them, and vice versa. That can be a very powerful concept as well. Let's take a look at the tarot clarifications here for you, Capricorn. As always, I do appreciate you being here, and thank you for spending your time with me. I do hope things are going well for you, Capricorn. All right. Go ahead and shuffle the deck here, and then we'll get right into it for you. All right, you have the Seven of Cups, you have the Hierophant, and the Six of Pentacles. Seven of Cups, Hierophant, and Six of Pentacles. All right, I see. So you have been very generous with someone, and you feel like you've been a bit betrayed by a person's actions here, is what I see, with the Six of Pentacles and Five of Wands, Seven of Swords. Yeah, you feel like what went on there, like what happened there. You maybe even feel a little backstabbed. Yeah, you've given quite a bit to someone, or even to an organization if this is not love related, with that Six of Pentacles here, Capricorn, and the Five of Wands. And this feels like it feels like it hurts, Despite that, I think you're marching on. I think you're not letting this define you, but at the same time, you know that like there's something you have to deal with here. There's something you have to address, okay, and square away. With the Hierophant, that can be your marriage, but it can also be a lot of things. Tradition, your elders, it can be the organization you're a part of. It's kind of like the old guard, right? The old way of doing something is the way that I like to look at it. It can also be spirituality as well, the Hierophant. So as that is a Pope on the card. And I do think sometimes when I look at the Page of Swords, it means like going backwards, right? Like, or another way, like holding you back in a certain way. And there may be something that you need to shift or change. And if that shift or change is not, if you have not initiated that, the Tower is sort of like the universe doing that for you. You know what I mean? Like there are times in life where we kind of kick the can down the road and then it catches up to us, and this, like, this is it. Like we have to just kind of address it and deal with it. Kind of that energy here. With the Seven of Cups and the Strength card, it's about confusion and maybe being overwhelmed, but it does indicate optionality as well. I think some of you are stunned, the right word? Like stunned, or yeah, I'll say stunned by someone's actions, especially as you've given quite a bit to this person or to this group or organization, and it's a little confusing about like where to go from here. You have the Hanged Man. All right, you're in a holding pattern for sure. You have the Queen of Pentacles, and you have the Three of Pentacles. Okay, so let's see here. Hanged Man, Queen of Pentacles, and the Three of Pentacles. Yeah, the Hanged Man and the Four of Cups, that's like very, very passive energy. This is, you really are in a wait-and-see holding pattern. And at a certain point, the Hanged Man, they have to let go, right? They have to move out of this phase of kind of being where they are, and they have to embrace a transformation. They have to cut the cable they're suspended on and start free falling, which is a risk, right? The Hanged Man needs to actually take a risk and embrace a change, but right now where they are kind of feels good. And I see that this is probably not exactly the best time to be in that phase. Like, most importantly for you here, if there is an opportunity to address a miscommunication or to, you know, handle a conflict head on, it's going to be very helpful and beneficial. Okay? And it's very possible that you've learned something that was a bit painful or hurt a bit, okay? With the Tower and the Seven of Swords here showing up. Queen of Pentacles is a card asking you to be practical around this scenario, which I think you are. Again, this is a situation here where two things are true. You know, you're dealing with like a conflict, and at the same time here, Ace of Swords, Queen of Pentacles, like you've got some sort of victory and success that's lining up. And I think you've been quite practical here in this success that you've driven into your life, or that's driving into your life here. So I really like that. I also got like a major ear pop, which is like a spiritual sign that I get as I'm reading when I was looking at that Queen of Pentacles, and something around being practical here. I got like a major hit of intuition as I was saying that here. So that's something that I want to just throw out, something about being practical. And you do have a card of colleagues here, which is the Three of Pentacles, which, again, I do think that this could very clearly be connected to your work scenario here instead of like a relationship scenario. These are really jumping off the table for me in terms of my intuition. Yeah, because I'm getting like some major ear pops, which, again, is like a big sign for me. Let's see what else we have. You have the Eight of Pentacles, the Page of Pentacles, and the Four of Pentacles. Okay, this might be about money. Huh. Yeah, this might be about money for you. So the Four of Pentacles here, you know, this is definitely a card that would, sorry, the Eight of Pentacles here, some of you are like thinking about a promotion scenario. I think I see what's happening here. Like some of you feel like you have given a lot to a company and you're wanting to be in line for a promotion, but you feel there's like a sense of betrayal here, okay? I know it's kind of hard to explain, but I see that you have really done your best day in, day out. You've shown up every single day. You have worked hard every single day, and you feel like there's something that you have achieved, but you don't feel heard. Like you've been very generous with a company or a person here connected to your career, and you've been very dedicated, and it hasn't been reciprocated. Okay, like this is kind of what I'm seeing here at this time. The Page of Pentacles indicates like an offer or opportunity that you, I think, are wanting to have, and then you also here have this Four of Pentacles, which can indicate some level of like hesitancy as well. So to kind of recap here, because I had a lot come in here as I was looking at this, and it kind of all kind of came together. There's a betrayal, like very clearly here, and a success. There's a betrayal in that some of you have an issue with a career or an employment scenario, and at the same time, the betrayal, there's success connected to this. And then there's another group of you here where you've been betrayed by a person, and this person may be somebody that you're romantically involved in, and there may be like a money component to it, okay? It's kind of what I'm seeing here. And you can't even make this up. Like the Tower is on the bottom once again, okay? So you have the Tower on the bottom of each deck. That does not happen very often. Like getting the same card on the bottom of each deck is very, very rare. Okay, I shuffle these cards very well, and I can't remember the last time that has happened, but in this case, it is the Tower. And so this is kind of like a deep issue that is going on for you in this month. Don't let it stress you out, or at least try not to let it stress you out. But I think that you'll be experiencing some really deep understandings, and there could be some major events that play out here as it connects to like a workplace or employment scenario, and also like something connected to a betrayal for some people. Wow. Interesting way to end out the reading here. Now let's go ahead and let's take a look at what is in the Kipper messages here for you. You have the message card, you have the toil and labor, you have lovers, mature woman, despair, and wealthy man. Okay. Yeah, clearly you've been working so hard on something. It's been stressing you out, like you're kind of the tank is empty and somebody hasn't noticed this. Okay, somebody is not noticing what you're putting in to the situation. Okay, there's this like energy of generosity. Okay, there's something that you're giving. Okay, you're giving something here, and someone's not noticing it. Like there's no reciprocation here. And I think that this is the crux of like the issue here. And I think with false person and seven of swords, that's my classic combination of betrayal here that is going on. Not sure what's going on with the child energy here. This could be something connected to the child self. But you feel like you're owed something, and right now it's not coming in. And I'm on, like, based on this reading, like, I'm on your team because I see that you have built some success and some victory here in your life, and it's not coming forward. So on the bottom, you do have family room here as well. You know, maybe this is a work from home scenario. Maybe this is connected to the family, but Capricorn, despite all of this, go out, make the most of November, enjoy the month. If you enjoyed this reading, hit the like button, subscribe, and I will certainly be talking to you again soon.